1 minute till.
Yeah. So we are all live. We are live now. We're going to start in 9 exactly 9 p.m. So they know the
Well, when you
topic.
log on to start live, wait a couple minutes so people have time to
We are
jump
we are
on.
live now. We are live.
Okay.
So oh yeah, you want me to wait for 1 minute extra minute to log into the
Yeah.
system? Yeah. Okay. It's very exciting. This is presenting a new topics like this. It's really fun.
Oh no, it is really fun.
We have worldwide audience. That's interesting. From India, Australia, in England, and 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 United States, all three time zones, all interesting. You can say good morning, India. Good afternoon. Yeah, 901. You go ahead, start, Jennifer.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to bring you on the main stage. Yeah, you're going to start now.
Hi everyone. Welcome tonight. It's my pleasure to introduce Ramana Anamariju, and we are going to talk about behind the scenes for healthcare innovations. And, Romano's a really good friend. We spent a lot of time writing this absolutely fabulous ebook called Science is Not a Subject, Science Must Be a Lifestyle. And Romano is extremely intelligent. He's got a master's in physics. He studied nuclear engineering and computer science, and he's got years of experience in the healthcare field. So I will turn it over to Romana to talk to us tonight. And Romana, take it away.
Thank you, Jennifer. Um, uh, Let me thank you, Jennifer. Um, Good morning, India. Good after. That is a Jennifer Niemeyer from MedBreaks. Okay, so she didn't she her name is Jennifer Niemeyer from Omaha, Nebraska. She helped me quite a bit on this book, and on the show now is presently helping. Thank you all joining. This is good morning, India, and now they're waking up in India. Good afternoon in England, and uh, good evening in California for dinner time for them, and almost bed story time for East Coast people. So we covered all the zones now. So today topic is Richard Feynman. I'm a physicist, and he is like a god for us. All the physicists is a god. But my focus is we are presenting a health. All my presentations are actually scenes behind the healthcare innovations, connection with the physics, chemistry, math, connection with the healthcare. That's what the scenes behind the innovations I'm presenting you. It is not just talking about some physics. It is talking about how all these concepts are so seemingly unrelated or connected with the healthcare. Richard Feynman is a really brilliant scientist, a genius of. Um, I'm that Let me bring him to the this one, and just yeah, that's Richard Feynman. Yeah, now I can see. Okay, everybody is now on. Um, Richard Feynman is maybe I'm saying his last name wrong, but I have a long last name, so excuse me if I say it wrong. You're all getting surprised why there is a girl is on the pole. That's a long story. I want to tell you something about Richard Feynman. He's a very colorful character. This is so Richard Feynman is this is he gave a wonderful lectures on on the Feynman lectures are one of the most celebrated lectures in the physics in the area of science. So, but he's a funny guy too. He says that when the Earth was moving around the sun, he says that there used to be a belief that three angels are beating their wings to move the Earth. But he says that the real truth is not that far from that. Actually, three Kepler laws run that show. That's moving the Earth around the sun is a three Kepler's laws. So they're kind of three angels, I think. That's what. Um, but is the reason I said that is he used to go. He's a Caltech. He was a professor in Caltech, and then he used to go to a strip club called Gianni in Los Angeles, in Pasadena. This club is, that it's now closed. I think that. So he was a regular visitor there. He never drank. My understanding is he never used to drink, but just Diet Coke and all those things. I don't know whether Diet Coke is there or not, or Coke and other stuff. But he used to go frequently to that club, and he also played drums, banjos. So he used to go there and play with some banjos there, and he's very colorful character. So he was a controversial in a sense. When the strip club wanted to be the Los Angeles County wanted to close the strip club, he gave a official testimony against it in support of the strip club. He's the only theoretical physicist who gave official testimony in the to support of the strip club. In fact, but he was frequently mentioned in the Big Bang Theory, as you know. He was always they were watching those nerdy guys watching the Feynman lectures. Those are legendary lectures in my view. Those are all if you have any interest in science, watching that, it's really up to date. Even though it's 40, 50 years ago, still it is relevant. Those lectures are really that's a great thing about science. The technology may change, it may expire. Scientific principles never expire. They can be applied eternally to all those. Maybe theories may change it here and there, but the applications are phenomenally applies all the times. So that is a story of I'm going to so one of the things he says in one of the lectures is, the laws of physics. Most of the laws of physics, and they are time invariant. That means the laws yesterday are the same as tomorrow or today. So the events, the past and present, the remorse and regret of the past, and the hope and the possibilities of the future. That is he considered that is just usually that's not right way of thinking. Yeah, Richard Feynman thinks that it's a psychological construct, past and future. So, as I mentioned in the law of entropy, second law of thermodynamics is the one which creates a little bit of a time and direction. But in fact, the past and future, and if you think about it, the laws of physics, laws of electricity and magnetism, or laws of quantum, there is no difference between the past and present and future. All time invariant. That is a great thing about laws of science. So is the so is the we still is still mysterious time why there is a past. I explained in the law of entropy, and the another class I'm going to explain to you why we remember past, but why we don't remember the future. But that is another lecture. But Feynman brought that up, in fact, in his lectures. So when he was watching, he was used to go to this strip club. I so told you. Then he wanted to put. He was watching a bare breast all the time. Sorry if you're. Uh, but anyway, that he wanted to put on the pinhead the entire encyclopedia. That is, he was a storage thing. He was thinking about a storage, that he wants to bring the entire encyclopedia onto the storing on a pin. So that was his one of the motives that he created. That he was the so he was then he was originally Richard Feynman quantum diagrams. As a physics student, we have to study, the diagrams, how the particles interact each other, all those things. Very interesting. So he came up with his own diagrams. Those are all gold standard in studying the physics. In fact, quantum physics. But so he is the one. He wanted to simulate what is a quantum physics. I want to mention you what is the quantum nature of object. A object can be, if it is in two places, that's a quantum nature. Or object is in superposition. Superposition means it has to be in both positions, like uh, blue and white or blue and red together in same time. That is the strangeness of the quantum phenomena. So that kind of a quantum phenomena, he wants to create a quantum computer following the principles of the quantum physics. What is the quantum physics? I told you the object can be, electron can be in multiple places same time, or the superposition is like the spins of the electron could be in the multiple spins in the same time. So you can apply like a if the quantum the computers are one and zero, or the classical computers, the bits that everybody knows, the bits one and zero. But in the quantum computer is one and either you have one and zero, you cannot have both same time. But in the quantum computer, that's possible. You have both one and zero same time. So just I tell you, I will apply that in the real life. When you turn on a light at your house, turn the switch on, you can tell you that switch belong to that light or not. You have to turn it on and turn it off twice. You got to do two steps. Otherwise, you cannot tell that switch is belong to that light. But in the quantum world, you can only turn on, you don't have to turn it on or turn off. The one state is enough. You can tell the story of the entire system. That is a power of the quantum physics, quantum phenomena, quantum computers. So he envisioned the quantum computers first time, and then he wanted to simulate the quantum computers on the classical computers, the computers that we have at that time. We don't have laptops, anything when he was there. All big quantum computers like a punch cards. You have to punch the. In fact, you can guess my. I don't want you to guess my age, but actually, I was in India. I used to use a punch cards, to feed the IBM computers. That. So we have a do you know that we used to have a Russian computers? That we never had at the time in India and Russia, India and the United States. We have a lot of conflicts. So at that time, during that time, so the Russia supplied all the major computers to India. So I used to work on the Russian computer there in Hyderabad, Electronic Corporation of India Limited. But anyway, so he wanted to simulate quantum system on the quantum computer on the classical computer. The way then he realized that it's impossible to simulate a quantum system on the classical computers. But I wanted to explain to you what the quantum system is, and just how the quantum computers work yeah, is analogy. It is not exactly, yeah, I'm explaining to the doctors and medical students and those people. It is not for the physicists, as I hope you understand that. So this is the quantum computer. The way it works is the best analogy is the mouse and the cheese and a maze. If you see a maze, the cheese in the classical system, for example, the mouse keeps trying until it finds the cheese. It goes first time, second again, it hits the wall, come back, it hits the wall second time, and third time, keep on trying in a series of steps. And then keep on trials and errors, it does, and then eventually succeed in finding the cheese. That is the way classical computers work. They call parallel processing, but it still is a series of steps. It's nothing much powerful about that. It's just basically series of steps. But in the quantum system, that is where everything changes different. The mouse becomes a ghost mouses, hundreds of thousands of ghost mouses. They travel all possible paths same time, and they go all together one time in all possible paths to the cheese, and then detect the right path, and then come back in time and fix that path, and that is a path. So quantum system is the power of the quantum system is it tries all the possible paths same time. That is and then detects which is the shortest distances, which is the shortest time we can reach the cheese. That is the way the quantum systems work. If I want to put a brief, if you want to drive from New York to Connecticut, for example, you have to take a car and then see which is the shortest distance. You have to travel multiple times and see which is the shortest way. But in the quantum system, you and car becomes a ghost, and then all possible ghosts split into thousands of them, try all possible directions, and comes back and say this is the shortest distance. That is a quantum system, basically. That is the one he wants to simulate on that one of the classical computer. He realized that it's not possible. So this is the quantum computer right now. This is that is the Sundar Pichai from Google CEO. Um, he was they Google, the fears for going between the quantum computers right now. They want to do, if you have a 10-bit qubit means a bit is one, either one or zero. That's two byte, one and zero. Qubit is one and zero same time. That's called a qubit together. A combined bit together is a qubit. So 50 qubit, Intel said that they have a chip of 50 qubit. You know what that 50 qubit is? I give you the numbers. It looks like a small number, 50. So it is like you give a name to every atom in the universe, still you have a numbers left over. Is that possible combinations it can come out? That is a fascinating aspect of the quantum system. So if you for example, 20 amino acids create a complex life structures now. The life, you see so much varied life, the diversity of life, you think, oh, how come it's possible with, but it came from 20 amino acids, just 20 of them. The combinations of 20 to the power of 100, you would be shocked how many the combinations could arise from the 20 to the power of 100. It is just a mind boggling. So those numbers we cannot comprehend on the human brains. So one of the then I talk about the another gentleman from same state as Sundar Pichaya. His name is Srinivasa Ramanujan. Came up beautiful formulas for the infinite numbers. The man who knew infinity, in fact. So that is the quantum computers. There is a fierce war going on between quantum computers right now, between Google, IBM, Intel, and Microsoft. They're fighting to the hilt. This is a prized position. I tell you why. It is a achievable. It's a prized position. They are fiercely struggling. There is a Canadian system called a D Wave. They're all in the same system. I want to tell you um, how fast how fast is the quantum computer are. I want to give you some idea about the quantum computer, the real speed. And the you see the laptop, that is a the D Wave is a Canadian quantum system, quantum computer from Canada on the right side. They say there is a controversy that's a fully quantum computer or not, but let us take that is a fully quantum system. So the difference between this, it is a quantum computer is 100 million times faster than a laptop. Imagine, it's 100 million times. It's a faster than, think about the fastest computer laptop, you take it, and then it's 100 million times faster than that in the quantum system. Quantum computer is that fast, just mind-bogglingly fast. So there is the data, for example, every day laptop is a 5 million laptops data that it generates in every day in quantum system. 5 million laptops generating all data it generates in every day in the quantum system. That much data it can handle. It is just a mind boggling why it is such a the system quantum computer is needed. Why it is needed, I will explain to you. But that speed and the data storage, data thing is just mind boggling for us. That is going to come in soon, because we are actually Google solved. They say that the protein folding, which is required for a lot of things in the finding the drugs and everything, they solved the protein folding through quantum computers. But we need to check it out on that one. but a lot of claims are going on there. The next one is why we need a quantum system. I tell you, so we don't know the exact mechanisms of the chronic diseases, for example, and then we can find out the chronic diseases much more detailed way, and then we can really we have not solved the diabetes, cancer, not we don't know. We understand the overall, you know, on the macroscopic phenomena, but you don't know the exact detail, the cellular level, what's going on. The transmission between the two cells also is a mysterious a little bit. So these are all these things we need to understand. The chronic diseases, we need a quantum system, you know. Then the vaccines, for example, mRNA vaccine, they did not do on the quantum system. Actually, they use a lot of powerful computers there, but the vaccine is the mRNA platform is done, but they it is a lot of simulations. You know why everybody, a lot of people who are skeptics of science complained about that, why we have a vaccine without testing so many people, because you can simulate the vaccine testing on the system, on the computers. You can take a human body and simulate that one, and then give a vaccine to see it, and then see all the parameters and all the things. Still, human bodies are complex. Still, we don't know everything. But when you have a quantum computer, really know everything about it. That is the greatness of right now. Still, some parts are unknown, but mRNA vaccine cut down these platforms, cut down the computers, cut down the simulation. You don't need a clinical trials for 3, 5, 10 years. You can do shorten that process actually. In the medicines, for example, you can create a medicines. The biochemistry is extremely complex. Protein folding is I told you that that is a very complex one. So to create a compound, for example, Summit Computer, the fastest computer in the Oak Ridge, Tennessee, they did on they wanted to find out the medicines that are possible for the COVID-19. They came up with all the possible things, came out to 80 drugs altogether. They reduced the 80 drugs among all the possible drugs on the planet. So, but still, you have to go a long way. Quantum system can solve the problem. There is a lot of other problems to be solved. For example, traveling salesman problem, because the scheduling for the airlines, the to save the fuel, it is a one of the most complex problems we have not solved yet. It's called traveling salesman problem. All the computer guys do that in the computer classes. Operational problem, that is the only you can solve through quantum computers. It takes, if you run on a traveling salesman problem on the classical computer, it may take up to 10,000 years. So years, or if it is not, multiple years. So, but a quantum system, it can solve in 2 minutes. Quantum computers. So that is why we need a quantum computers. We can solve a lot of human suffering and all those things. The thing is, uh, there is a new kind of storage is coming up. There is a further advanced in the we are through the quantum computers, we are figuring out there's a bacteria storage. How can you store? Now we are doing the USB sticks, terabytes, cloud storage, all those things, right? So the demand for the cloud storage is exponential now. Everybody is having running out of the storage. Microsoft is asking Microsoft One. They want to do sell you storage. Google want to sell storage. Everybody wants to sell storage, storage, storage. Big problem. Videos take a long time. By the way, I want to tell you, um, yeah, I'm going to explain to you this one is how much storage, how it works. The if you have a storage now if you put in the DNA inside the DNA as a storage, use a bacteria as a storage unit. Actually, live bacteria. If you put a storage inside, that is a that you can do. You can do on a USB, maybe 100 HD movies you can put in. You know how many movies you can put in of one bacteria, the number of movies you can put in. 100 million high definition movies you can put in the DNA storage. Inside the DNA you can store 100 million. See, think about that, the mind boggling power of the storage there. So everybody carrying a couple of bacteria and they have all the storage in the future. So the degradation, for example, all USB sticks and all this storage, after 500 years, if we don't update them, they die. And for a few decades, it will die. 10 years, 20 years, just decades. After that, the degradation of the materials go, and then all the storage you lose. The half life of a DNA is a half life, 500 years. If you put in the liquid nitrogen, can go million years. That powerful, that storage capacity and storage, the period duration. So the bacteria storage is going to come in. It's already succeeded. Microsoft stored in the bacteria genes in the DNA already. They stored one music video already. Okay, so it is not anything far from a is not a future. It is already work in progress. So so the mind-boggling quantum systems are creating a really new things. So I'm always focusing on healthcare. That's what I want to do. That's, as you know, why the quantum biology is a new field, is emerging, a very strong field. There was in the beginning days of the medicine, people thought quantum systems is because it demands a low temperatures. Quantum systems don't do. You don't need our bodies are the room temperature or higher temperature than room, but quantum systems won't work in the that kind of temperatures. So how did the biology handles the quantum systems? That it was a biggest puzzle, is a puzzle actually. Then they found out something strange there. It is becoming a so it is a tantalizing theories now. It is coming out, is the robin, the bird. If you The bird in England, English robin migration, they follow it follows the use of quantum phenomena, of course, called quantum tunneling. It uses a quantum tunneling, pairing the direction of the migration. It knows where they're going and where they're coming back. There is no GPS for there is no GPS mechanism for the bird. Where is a bird's GPS mechanism? There is nothing. But what they have is the quantum. They're using a quantum system. Quantum tunneling is just I explained yesterday a little bit more. I'm going to explain a little bit. Quantum tunneling is from if you are is a ton is a, you see that more quantum tunnel, the water going from water falls from the top to bottom, but you never see going from bottom to the going up. In quantum tunneling, it's going from bottom to the top. It's actually the lower energy to the higher energy it transmits. That's a very it violates the classical physics. That quantum tunneling violates the classical physics. So quantum systems are low energy to the high energy. It goes so the cold to the hot. You see heat going to the cold, but here is other way around, cold going to the hot. That is a strange phenomena, but quantum tunneling, that is true. So there is the way the quantum entanglement, they use this kind of a quantum entanglement. The electrons, paired electrons, the vibrational spectrum, they use the rotational vibrational spectrum to navigate the migrations of the bird. So quantum biology, that is coming to the humans. For example, there is another thing coming up with us. When you see, the what Einstein found is that when the light falls on the electric plate, the plates, it becomes the photons go on the solar panel or panels, that becomes electricity. That's what the conversion. He was awarded a Nobel Prize for that, not for the E is equal to mc square. He got the Nobel Prize for the photoelectric effect. That's the light conversion to electrical energy. The way it comes, quantum tunneling with the eye, when the light falls on you, and the one of the things surprising to them is our brain is 100% visual cortex. It is going so fast with the photon from here to the visual cortex. Why it is going that fast? It's the solar battery is only 50 to 60% efficiency. Our mind brain is 100%, almost close to 98% efficiency there. They were surprised why it is doing that surprising thing. It is so efficient, our eye catching and visual, sending to the information to the visual cortex. What they found is that when the photon falls on our eye retina, it splits into the ghost particles, the quantum particles. It travels all possible paths to the visual cortex, all possible paths. So it's a ghost particle. The photon becomes a ghost particles and then travel all possible paths and picks up the shortest distance, come back in time, fix that shortest distance. It's just sci-fi now, right? Not only that, they're finding in the photoelectric effect, photosynthesis, and then the enzymes, for example, the quantum tunneling effect you see in the enzymes. They're seeing, and the brain itself. The Richard Feynman, the anesthesiologist, Stoward Hammeroff, was giving another theory with Roger Penrose, English professor. They came up with the theory that brain works as a quantum computer. So the storage in the brain is so much. So, for example, somebody get into an accident, you can cut off the three-fourths of the brain. Still, they remember. They don't remember only if you ask them ABCDs. They don't remember only one-fourth of it. They remember everything. What is that is? The only way it's possible is it is storing the every the phenomena is whole contains the part can contain the whole. That's a great thing about it, strange thing about it. In the party, the cells can carry more probably all the information of the entire memory. Every cell. The whole contains the part contains the whole. That is the that is a holographic principle actually. So that they think that brain is maybe working like a hologram, still is under a lot of research, but it is coming very close to that idea, in fact. So we have a quantum systems in our bodies, that it is becoming a everyday realization. In fact, it's coming true. So that we are living in that thing. So Richard Feynman, when he said that nature nature is not a classical damage, he said that he was he at that time there were no quantum computers, there's no quantum biology, but he envisioned this process. He envisioned that the nature itself carries the quantum. Nature means biology. You and me, everybody, we have a quantum systems inside inherent with us. Everything is quantum. Only what we see is what we filter through our brain, what we filter through our mind, what we filter through our everyday life. That is a filtering process. Possibly is all quantum systems exist in the universe. That's what he did. He is a remarkable genius. His contributions to the physics and this overall medicine. Now you see the effect after he died. So many years after he died, death, you see the effect of his ideas in the medicine. That's what our goal is, to bring these are eternal ideas. And then it is, I hope you appreciate all these things, and you and then support us. Our show is a small trial and error method we are doing, but we are doing our best. I'll let Jennifer explain to you the next steps. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate all of you joining. Thank you so much. Jennifer, to you.
Thanks, Ramona. That was awesome. Again, I just love it. It's so cool. I mean, Richard Feynman, The Big Bang Theory, everybody knows, even the TV show. So, pretty incredible. All the things that he did in innovations and everything. Just like reading in our book 3 minutes of a story about Richard Feynman, and you've created all this curiosity and then wanting to learn a lot more about all about Richard Feynman. So it's really incredible. Again, I will say that, one of our goals is to bring understanding to the hard concepts in science and math that create curiosity. And we have our 3 minute reads with our lifestyle designs, including a coffee cup with one of our designs on it with our logo on the back. We have a bag here with Florence Nightingale. And besides all the swag that we have that you can get individually, t-shirts and all of these things, you can use these designs to not only go along with our ebook, but you can use them as promotions for your company. You can use them in trade shows. There's a, it's endless. And just like Florence Nightingale, I mean, there's a bunch of nurses that are going to be graduating soon, and thank goodness, because we definitely need more. And so just those things are exciting. And so that's creating curiosity. Science is a lifestyle, and we have lifestyle designs and all our swag to go with it. I'm really excited because technology is always ever changing, but science is so timeless. And you go back to the 1930s of things like CV Raman and the Raman effect. We're using it today while he's looking for life. They're using the Raman effect, looking for life on Mars. It's so exciting. And when you start thinking about those things, you can't unthink them. So that's what's really cool. And I'm really excited about it. We want to thank everyone, and please go to our website, www.dailywearformedicine.com. We'd love to have you take a look at our merchandise. Our swag can be used for anything, and so we can put our designs on anything that you need. And we're excited to bring all of this fun technology and creating curiosity to everyone. So thank you again, Romano. It was awesome tonight. I appreciate it. So does everyone, and look forward to tomorrow night.